I'm back with the latest VR news about the elusive Steam frame, Pico's new headset codenamed Swan, and we get a first glance at Meta's Phoenix as well as a lot more, including VR games updates. Kicking things off with Valve's long-awaited Steam frame, the release date seems to be getting closer, but the initial early 2026 release date has now shifted to the first half of 2026. This is due to the current memory shortage and the price increases, but we're seeing more and more software features added to Steam and Steam Link that hint we are closing in, but likely still a couple of months away. If I had to guess, I'd put my money on May 2026. In terms of pricing, we still don't have any official info, and users are hoping Valve will be able to absorb the price increase of components, though I'm guessing it will mean at least another $100 price increase, moving from around $700 to $800 or even $900 if Valve can produce as many headsets as they were hoping. On the other side of the planet, Pico held an event last night where they teased the new Swan headset. This is shaping up to be an Apple Vision Pro competitor more than a Quest 3 one, though VR gamers should keep a close eye on it because some of their main priorities with this product are very much what we all wish for in the gaming space. They mentioned that clarity is a huge focus here, with Swan potentially having 40 pixels per degree, and even up to 45 in the very center. For reference, the Quest 3 has around 25 ppd, so it would be a significant jump. Another crucial bit of information buried in their short 15-minute keynote is the one about the release of this new product. Pico Swan is not only coming this year, but they specifically wrote releasing globally, which hopefully means it's also finally coming to the US market. Meta's Phoenix is another very interesting product worth paying close attention to, and we finally get a glimpse of what it could look like after data miner Luna found depictions of it in Quest firmware, as well as footage of the eye tracking calibration. Luna states that the name Meta Quest Air has been floating around, and while it's not yet set in stone, it does give us hints that this thin and light headset will indeed be more focused on seated VR and MR experiences as well as productivity as previously expected. Quest Air is expected to weigh less than 110 grams and be more of a bulky glasses form factor than what we're traditionally used to with VR headsets. This will be possible due to it featuring a tethered compute and battery pack, meaning the actual body of it will only need to house the lenses, eye tracking and automatic IPD motors, and of course the displays and audio. The alleged Quest Air should be arriving in the first half of 2027, so still a bit more to wait, but it's shaping up to be interesting to say the least. Next, we have a big shift from Pimax and potentially the beginning of a new era for the controversial VR hardware manufacturer. The brand new Dream Air has reached its first real users, and first reviews from VR YouTubers are also out. I was supposed to also get it in the first wave of review units, but there was a bit of miscommunication between Pimax and I, so mine got delayed. It should arrive soon though, so subscribe for my full review of it. In any case, while I'm not necessarily trusting the initial reviews, especially knowing how most VR creators tend to hype up any new headset as being the most incredible thing they've ever seen, it does seem that actual users are really enjoying it, and I can't wait to try it myself. Now, there are still some aspects that aren't quite finalized in the units that are currently shipping, such as the facial interface and head strap. Those will be shipped to buyers later, free of charge, and should improve the experience even more. In any case, it seems very promising so far, and while I'm sure it's not perfect, it could prove to be a very solid alternative to other small form factor micro OLED headsets such as the Big Screen Beyond 2 and the Meganets. Now let's talk games, starting with everyone's current favorite VR shooter, Forefront. Just a few days ago, they dropped a major update, which sadly also came with a price increase from $23 to $25. But that was to be expected, and they did announce this before it happened. The Battlefield-style VR shooter got a brand new desert-themed map called Oasis, where you can battle between sand dunes, palm trees, and abandoned buildings. They've also added the APC, a brand new vehicle, as well as made a ton of quality of life updates, from better graphics on PC to overall weapons balancing tweaks. And one of my all-time favorite VR games, Blade and Sorcery, just dropped the long-awaited Centaur update. And this is available to both the PC VR version of the game as well as the Nomad Quest version. This is a free update and it's pirate-themed, bringing new locations, new weapons, and even a new water buoyancy physics system. As you'd expect, the Centaur drop also brings new armors together with the aforementioned weapons. These are on theme with the game's lore, and one thing that you might not have expected is a native gun in the game. The developers wrestled with the idea for a while and finally decided to add it, but to keep things in line with the lore, the gun runs on crystal magic, not gunpowder. This brings some interesting features to it, but I'll let you see for yourself. Next, we've got Bootstrap Island finally exiting early access soon, with the full release coming later this month. I played this for the first time about 2 years ago at Gamescom, and even then it was an absolute banger, with fantastic physics, gorgeous graphics, and a sense of tension when nightfall comes that I haven't really felt in many other games. Since then, Bootstrap Island has gotten a ton of new updates, map areas, items, and much more. They're not sponsoring this in any way, though I wouldn't mind, so hit me up guys. But I just wanted to say that this is S-tier VR at its best, and I highly recommend you try it when it releases. Now it's time for a quickfire round of new VR games coming this month. First off, we've got Star Trek Infection. It's a single-player experience with a strong focus on the horror aspect, specifically these absolutely terrifying alien life forms that have infested your ship. Beyond Sandbox is also finally coming out in early access at the end of this month, and it's been a while since I've been so excited about a new game. It's a shooter at its core, but an extremely deeply physics-based one that I think will become huge when it's out. As the name would make you expect, I believe this will become a major platform for all kinds of games, from classic team deathmatches to zombie wave ones and much more. I can't wait for it. For those of you into extreme sports, VMX is making its way to VR later this month as well. It aims to provide not only deep customization of your BMX gear, but also a very tactile, physics-driven experience of riding, performing tricks, and, from the looks of it, a solid way to either gain your VR legs quickly or barf trying. VR feels like it's coming alive again, and between new headsets coming and a lot more games beyond this month, I think it's a great time to get into this hobby, and the next 2 years will bring a lot more to this already amazing platform. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you've enjoyed it. Here are 2 other videos you might enjoy watching next, and I'll see you soon. Cheers guys!